A life of plenty for every child. We've had enough all along. There's enough choice for every child. Enough nutritious food, produced responsibly and sustainably, so children can thrive everywhere. Let's come together and stand with children to say we've had enough. Enough.
Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. With a new and improved taste. It's delicious and refreshing. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. You need to try it first.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique.
You like no other.
Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
you like no other.
You are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. You like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Performance takes effort. Ebony condoms make it worth it.
Would have wanted more. Yeah, but on the African perspective, it's been massive. Really, to see the level of competition at the African Games.
I mean, it's been great. I mean, one of the things that I personally saw was, if you like, some of the improved times. If you look at the qualifiers for the Olympics and all their times out there, for example, with all that Rosa Mueniwa did, she made a 1.90 with a high jump. It's still not good enough to qualify for the Olympic Games because she had to make 1.94, but she made 1.90. You can see that almost all the athletes are trying to improve their marks. But if you want to compete at a very high level, then it's got to be better than what we've seen here.
Right. All right, now let's start off with the way it just ended in the high jump where Ghana's Rose Amuenima won gold. It was a lovely competition, only falling short by, if you like, the requirement to qualify to the Olympics. But she made her home crowd proud, and she can look up to, if you like, improving those heights in coming years.
Well, my understanding is that she only got to town just about 2 or 3 days ago because initially there were concerns as to whether she was going to make it or not. She only managed to get to town on Saturday. She's not had too much of preparations, but I mean, what a performance she puts in there in the women's high jump. I mean, this is a lady who is coming into the competition, if you like, with a lot of confidence and with a lot of belief. I mean, here in Ghana, she was, if you like, the dominant player. She's done very well at the World University Games. She's done extremely well at the African U20 Championships. She's done extremely well when she's gone to the United States as well. She's done extremely well with the World University Games as well. So, I mean, obviously, coming here, she came into this competition with a certain level of belief. But as to whether she was going to make it again, it was always going to be dependent on the competition. But she showed us that with all of us supporting her, she could get over the line, and she got over the line.
Absolutely, got the home crowd roaring throughout the time where she was jumping and scaling over those limits that she got there, winning gold and taking the applause from the home country and all the rest of the competitors. But it's big congratulations to all of them who've gone on to win the medals for their countries. What a day this has been for them. Meanwhile, in women's 800-meter final, it was another exciting competition to see where Gumaku won it. Listen, 800 meters is always one of the most difficult competitions because it needs
2 laps.
Yeah, 2 laps. It has to be. It can't be slow.
It can't be slow.
It can't be supremely fast.
You've got to get your tactics right. And many years ago, one of the people who really got me into the 800 meters, for the ladies it was Maria Mutola, and then for the guys it was a Kenyan called David Rudisha. These guys were absolutely brilliant when it came to the 2-lap race. You've got to get it right. I mean, if you're doing something in a region of around 45 seconds on the first lap, then you're in a good enough position. If you're doing anything 50 plus, then you're putting yourself in a very tight corner. For the ladies, I mean, you just have to be tactical about it. Look out for how strong the if you like the individual performance in your race are, and then just try to bide your time. And if you can kick at the right time, then there's always a chance that you can win.
I mean, there was no doubt then. But again, when you look at, listen, Ethiopia have shown that they are strong in this. We saw Uganda coming in second place with Halima, and then we've also seen Kenya coming in third with Vivian, with Kiprochi, and it's just been phenomenal. Some of the times as well has been impressive.
It's been very impressive. And again, if you look at the winning margins in there together with the ladies who at least managed to win a medal, you would notice that primarily a lot of the long distance events have been won by the teams from the Eastern African part of the continent for obvious reasons. We know that they train at very high altitudes, and once you're training at that level of altitude, I mean, what you see us do in pants, they will just easily strike you like that. And if you look at the times that they have made, pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive though. I mean, meanwhile, in the sprint, which today started with the women's 100-meter final, it was pulsating, breathtaking to witness how it all unfolded. From your viewpoint where you were sometimes in commentary position, though. I mean, talk us through the whole excitement and the whole competition at the women's 100-meter final.
Well, these days the 100 meters races are turning out to be blue ribbon events. Everyone is looking forward to it. I mean, at the start of this event, I thought that this Gambian woman, Marianne Bass, was in a very good enough position to win, but she started very, very poorly. If you have a look at that replay, I mean, when the race started, she was really struggling to catch up. But once we got to the 50-meter edge, I mean, it reminds me so much of a number of athletes that I've seen in the past in the ladies 100. Of course, in recent times, you can talk about the Jamaicans, Veronica Campbell-Brown, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, and all of these ladies. She stepped up from the 50-meter mark, and it was impossible for almost all the other ladies to catch up with her. Well done with the time that she made. 11.36 may not be at the highest level, but for African standards, that was decent.
Right. So she's winning gold with the time that she got there, and it is Marianne Bass who's winning gold there. Meanwhile, the men also came to the fore. One of the favorites, though, in the end was disappointed, because for many who were looking at the competition, obviously Esime Aluberde was one of those who people thought could win, and in the end he won it. But Ghana's Benjamin Asamati came into this competition with a lot of promise because of his time that he's recorded in recent years. It wasn't to be for him, couldn't even get into the medal places.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, it's one thing coming into a competition like this with a very decent record. It's another thing coming into a competition like this and making the times to win something. So if you look at the qualifying rounds from the heats to the semi-final to the final, you would notice that the Cameroonian Esme was just in tip-top form. I mean, she had the highest qualifying mark in the heat. She had the highest qualifying mark in the semi-finals as well. So going into the final, naturally, she was one of the favorites to win. If you look at the time that was set by Dramati in the heats and in the semi-final, she was only good enough for, I think, the 5th fastest time of the semi-final, if my mind would recall. So I knew that he was going to be up against it. I thought that the crowd would get him over the line. But the thing is, when you come up against the very best, sometimes the crowd or the local fans may not be enough to get you over the line.
Esemi, though, he was brilliant. He
absolutely brilliant. Absolutely
from
brilliant.
the heats through to the semis and to the final.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, and sometimes that, I mean, when you get momentum going for you like that, you're winning your heat, you're winning the semi-final, it takes you into the final with a lot of confidence and belief that you can't make things happen. And you saw his composure even before the start of the race. He seemed to be very sure. He wasn't cocky. He wasn't throwing himself around. He seemed to be very sure that he could perform, and boy did he perform. Right.
And also we saw in the men's 110-meter hurdle, Francois Mendy coming out with gold. Another lovely way to have when he was. Listen, by mile you could see that he was going to win it in the way he started.
Another very interesting one there if you saw the race. At the start of the race, it did appear that the Algerian, just on the left-hand side of Mendy, appeared to be in the lead. And at a point you thought that the Algerian was going to go away with it. Algerian had won in Rabat the last time this competition was held, and had won the African Championships as well. But then again, I mean, these races are one-off. You give it absolutely everything. Yeah. And in the last 50 meters thereabouts, you just felt that Mendy wanted it a lot more than all of these other athletes in the race.
Yeah, what a lovely race that was. And in that final 5 meters there, Mendy, that's strolling and coming home with gold for his country. What a lovely story that is. So Senegal clinched gold with Louis Francois Mendy. 13.61 is the time that he recorded, and then Amini Bwanani coming home with silver. Listen, it's been lovely competition throughout the day, and as we've seen some of these track events happening, we've all gone to the pitch or the field and seen that events happening. But even now, before we got onto the set, in the men's 10,000 final, it was pulsating, wasn't it? I mean, you look how close it was throughout the time for about 20 laps. It was very tight for even like 8 of the athletes competing in it, and it was immense for the way it all unfolded.
It's always like this. It's always like this, especially when you have athletes running, you know, a very technical race and running to a certain set parting. I mean, we know the very best are from our part of the world when it comes to long distances. So anytime you see a 10,000 meter race and you see the Kenyans there, you see the Ethiopians there, you just have a feeling that one of them might just edge it, again, because of the altitude where they train. So although at some point I thought that the Ghanaian probably was pushing a bit too quick, kicked a bit too early, because I mean with 22-23 laps he appeared to be giving the Ethiopians a good run for their money. But they are so good at this, absolutely so good at this. And after lap number 24, if I recall, once they surged into the lead, there was absolutely no way they were going to be losing out on this one. And they finished that strongly to ensure that they finished the race on top.
Nibet Melak Bukali is the winner of gold there. But from the Ghanaian perspective, it was William Amponsa, like you said. He was in and around second or third for major parts of the laps. It was in that final lap that he lost a bit of pace to it. Was it that tactically he didn't manage it? Were they too strong for him? Was it something that he thought he didn't do right in the race?
I think whatever plan he had, he got a bit carried away with the support he was getting from the local fans in here. He was kicking so early, I did not understand why. I didn't understand what that tactic was all about. I mean, you just ensure that you are in there somewhere within the leading pack. You're just in there somewhere, and just ensure that you are as close as you can to the lads who you're thinking are going to be winning. And there was a point I recall, was it lap number 21 or 22, where I don't know whether he thought that was probably the final lap, and he was literally like going that fast, and I was like, hang on a minute, can you do this for another 3 laps, 2 laps? Because if you are not in a certain position by lap number 24, it was always going to be tight, and maybe, just maybe, his tactics failed him.
In the end, it was Nibet Bogali who won gold, coming home with gold for his country, Ethiopia. They're brilliant performance from them. Anyway, let's move away from the tracks a little bit and talk about something also very interesting. You know where the boxing happens? It happens in and around Bukom. It's a fascinating community where they love boxing to the very max. The more reason why every boxing bout you've seen at the African Games has had full attendance. So we went into the community to see what is happening in there and how and why they enjoy boxing. Take a look at this.
Champions are made from the resilient and determined. Some of such champions come from the Bukom community, a slum community in the heart of the capital of Accra, dominated by the Ga-speaking tribe. I speak to athletes from Bukom, Accra, Ghana, who have won medals representing Ghana at the 13th African Games, and some who wish to have made it to the top.
My name is Ebenezer Labi. I was born at Kolebu, Accra, but I'm from the north of Ghana. I was brought to Accra to school but stopped along the way and later joined youth games in Bukom because of my passion for boxing. I qualified and I was added to participate in bigger bouts. I even had a chance to travel outside to further my boxing career. Due to financial problems, I was not able to afford the money to get my passport and visa. I dropped out of boxing because of raising money to push my career.
Letitia Mumu Ankra won bronze in the boxing in the 13th African Games.
My name is Letitia Amanwa Ankra. I was born at Atopi. I ended my schooling level at JHS because there was no one to support me. I won the bronze medal in martial arts in the African Game competition. Martial arts is not my passion, but because I tried it for the first time, I have been able to get an award from it.
We have a lot of youth boxers in this gym. We need help for them, and without help, they are not being able to push to the top. If we need a gold in Ghana, we are not going to train boxers for 2 months to go for gold. At least we need a strong sponsorship. So if the sponsorship are enough, that is where the boxers will also be enough. So we plead on the authorities, anyone who is in charge of the sports boxing, to support.
And the dreams and the aspirations of the young sportsmen and women in the Bukom community lingers on, hoping that one day they get to represent their country on the national and the worldwide stage.
So that is Bukom for you, a community that has produced some of the top boxers that you'd find anywhere in the world. Some have gone on to be world champions and what have you. Meanwhile, there is still plenty to enjoy in the African Games coming your way tomorrow. So let's take a look at what to expect tomorrow. So with the whole of Africa descending into Ghana, into Accra for the African Games, there's plenty to expect tomorrow. Taekwondo, the tracks and the field are still going to be busy. Plenty more fun for you to have. So yeah, go everywhere around Accra where all the venues are and enjoy some more sports. Meanwhile, there is football tonight. We've already had one game ongoing, the semi-final for men's football. We saw Congo losing to Uganda by 4 goals to 2. At some point, it was Congo winning by 2-1, and Uganda have gone on to win by 4-2.
It was an unbelievable performance from the Ugandans. I was monitoring that game because obviously I was focused on this as well. And Congo were leading by 2 goals. All of a sudden, the last time I checked, it was 2-1, and then when I checked again, it was 2-2. And then before I knew it, it was 3-2, and then the next thing I knew was 4-2, and I was asking myself, what have the Ugandans done to ensure that they're putting that kind of performance? They have been absolutely brilliant from day number 1 when they started the competition. No one would have given them a dog's chance to get to the final, and what a performance they have putting to get to the final. Loads of credits to that Ugandan team.
Yeah, I'm sure no in the final, irrespective of who meets them, we're going to talk about the next game that sets up the final, but whoever meets them is not going to be a walk in the park for them. They would be wary of the threats Uganda can pose.
Not at all, not at all. I mean, they are going to be meeting either Ghana or Senegal in that final. And I'm sure there are many Ghanaians who will be hoping that Ghana will put in the performance. No one, absolutely no one would have expected this Ugandan team to put in the kind of performance, especially when they wwere 2-0 down. It looked like Congo was going to score a third or a fourth or a fifth at some point. But what a way to get back into a game like this, a semi-final game, down by 2 goals to 0. They went for broke. They gave in absolutely everything. And that second half spirited performance has seen them qualify to the next stage, which is the final.
Congo, though, they'll be disappointed not to have killed the game or held on to the lead, having gone 2 goals up.
I mean, the Congolese team I saw in the group stages, especially when they played Ghana on the opening day, I thought that they were tactically brilliant. They held Team Ghana, they defended when they had to defend. When they were in office, they were so organized, and you thought that this was a team that could really go very far in the competition, even from day one. So when they took that 2-0 lead, I was like, this game is over. For whatever reason, they just capitulated and they ended up conceding 4 goals. I still cannot comprehend how they have lost this game.
Uganda in the final, but they are waiting either Ghana or Senegal. What kind of game are we expecting before we leave here?
I mean, this is going to be a very tight game. Absolutely no doubt about that. I saw the Senegalese when they played in the group stages. They were just, for want of a better word, another very well organized team. This is a team that scored goals at will and ensured that they defended brilliantly. If you look at Team Ghana on the other hand, we saw Team Ghana. It appears that they are getting better by the game. If you saw the first game against the Congolese, you wouldn't have given Ghana the chance to win in the second game, win in the third game, and make it to the semi-final. I think that they are getting better over time, and they could just put the icing on the cake later today if they are to qualify and make it to the final.
All right, so there you see that Accra Sports Stadium is set for that fixture. Warm-up has been already done. Officials are already, it's only a matter of time that the kickoff starts. Kickoff is at 2000 GMT, where Ghana takes on Senegal for a place in the final. Remember though that Uganda have an opportunity of winning either silver or gold by qualifying to the final, and one of Ghana or Senegal will be hoping to do so. Where would your money go? Who are you betting on?
Of course, I'm Ghanaian. I would want to see Ghana win. I'm Ghanaian. I would want to see Ghana win.
All the praise to Senegal with the way they are organized, the health tactically they are good. Your Ghanaian.
Thing is, if this game was not being played in Ghana, you bet that the Senegalese would have gone into this game. For me, the better side, the more confident side. But with thousands rooting for Ghana tonight, on the back of those wins against Benin, and of course on match day 2, I am expecting them to continue winning.
All right, so then that is the game we've got for you. It is Ghana taking on Senegal in the second semi-final of the African game in the men's game. Enjoy the game and love the African games.
We have enough. A life of plenty for every child. We've had enough all along. There's enough choice for every child. Enough nutritious food, produced responsibly and sustainably, so children can thrive everywhere. Let's come together and stand with children to say we've had enough. Enough.
Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. With a new and improved taste. It's delicious and refreshing. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. You need to try it first.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique.
You like no other.
Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can game. You like no other. Indomie. You like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Condoms takes effort. Ebony Condoms. Make it.
Every child is so unique.
You like no other.
Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert.
Excellent play. It's balancing business. Wow. Advance. That's lovely. The first few opening minutes. High five.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the track. We're back. We are back for Heat 2 of the women's 4x100 meter relay. This is Heat 2 with Ghana out in lane 1. Burkina Faso are in lane 2, Ghana in lane 3, Ethiopia in lane 4, Namibia in lane 5, and South Africa out in lane 6. And there go the South Africans in the third leg, running the bend really strongly as well is Ghana. And that leg is being run by Janet Mensah. Janet Mensah will hand over to Ho'Halutier. The change is not smooth, but the Ghanaians have got it. Ho'Halutier is out in the lead. And look at her, she's running well. So is the South African, but there's no catching the Ghanaian. Holiday crosses in first position. And Ghana will take heat 2 of the 4x100 meter relay, laying down the marker. And look at the crowd, absolutely ballistic at the moment.
It wasn't the smoothest of exchange of the batons, and it certainly wasn't the smoothest of races for the Ghanaian, but they had just a bit more firepower than the rest of the field. The South Africans tried to stick with the Ghanaians, but in the end, Haluti just accelerated and taking the Ghanaians home to win this particular heat.
So, fantastic win for the Ghanaians, and certainly going into tomorrow's 4x100 meter final, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and even Liberia will fancy their chances. Look at that again. The Ghanaians, it's Haluti. Once you took that and took off, there was no catching her. Janet Mensah did really well to hand over to the 2018 Commonwealth Games finalist. And from then on, it was her race to lose, and she did brilliantly. Look, this is the changeover. Like you said, it's not smooth. The South Africans out on the outside lane didn't get the smoothest of changeover either, but certainly Shabangu Banele Whitney did really well to hold on to that second position, but it was the Ghanaians who came across to finish in first. Right, and absolutely to the delight of the home crowd. Haluti burst onto the scene. Circa 2018 has not gone on to the greater highs that many Ghanaians expected her to get to, but still a core member of this relay team. Certainly they will be fancying their chances in tomorrow's final.
Well, and what a race from the Ethiopians to take the third spot in this particular race. Good final leg from them, ensuring that they give themselves a chance of qualifying for the finals of this women's relay event.
Surely up next is the heat of the men's. So that's the qualifying times. Liberia got the fastest in qualifying, 43.73, followed by Nigeria, 43.91, and Ghana, 44.24. South Africa, 44.84. Ethiopia and Namibia qualify as the two fastest losers.
It's certainly a surprise. You would have expected the Nigerians, with the sort of strength they have in depth, to have qualified as the quickest, but they wouldn't mind. It's just the heats. They are saving their best for the finals, but congratulations to Nigeria.
And certainly, Sammy, you would expect Nigeria to make some substitutions for that final. Tobi Amusan will definitely be coming in for someone in there for the women's 4x100 meter final. And now we will head to the men's 4x100 meter heats.
The Ghanaian quartet is the defending champion, having won this event in Rabat, Morocco 5 years ago. But there is a sad plot, because in 2003, when Nigeria arguably had the greatest lineup of sprint athletes in Africa, anchored by Deji Aliu, the Ghanaians, anchored by Leo Miles Mills, shocked the Nigerians at home in Abuja.
They did. And set a their national record in the process.
And since then, the Nigerians have been baying for revenge on home soil in Ghana, and they certainly will get an opportunity. First, though, they all have to qualify out of the preliminaries and make their way into the final as we prepare for the men's 4x100 meters heat number 1. And although Tabogo is not here, you would have an eye on the Botswana side, who had a very good performance in the 4x400 meters, and just, do not need big stars to shine. They seem to have had a very good collection of sprinters and, runners over 400 meters over the last decade or so.
Absolutely, and the trick for the relay is to get the baton across as quickly as possible. It's pointless to run so quickly and not get the baton across.
A trick the Americans have never seemed to master.
Until recently, of course. Had a string of bad luck in 2004, 2008.
Yeah.
They finally found their luck in 2012, and Usain Bolt was not going to let them win it. Then again in Rio 2016, and the Americans haven't dropped the baton since 2008.
Yeah. And
so they've learned their lessons, and they're the current reigning world champions in both the men and the women's 4x100 meter relays.
So we're not trying to jinx it for any of the teams here, but
absolutely not.
The hope and expectation is that nobody will drop the baton and will be able to finish their race.
That's Liberia's team. Impressive.
Surprising, actually. They weren't considered to be a medal contender in the 4x100 meters relays, but by running that time in the heats, they certainly have put themselves at the forefront of contention, and it will be one to watch in the finals. The Liberian team, the Lone Stars of Africa, they call themselves.
Yeah. So this will be heat 1 of the men's 4x100 meter relay. Now the women had only 2 heats. The men will have 3 heats. So there are more teams that have fielded, more countries have fielded teams for the men's 4x1 than they did for the women's 4x1. So,
and if Senegal is in there, then we would expect Lamine, after winning that gold medal in the 110 meters hurdles, to run the flat.
So the 2 automatic top finishers will qualify for the final in the men's, and then the 2 fastest losers will join them for tomorrow evening's final.
You know,
so it's very chaotic. This is the lot. Well, this the 3 more races to come in the 4x100 meter relay, and then a final to come.
The final tonight.
The mixed 4x400 meter relay will come later this evening.
And
so that's the last event of the evening. Certainly you want to wait around for that.
You know, for years, when you look at the typical athlete, the general perception was that they must be heavily built and stout. But over the years, we've had, and since Usain Bolt, with his lanky frame, broke out and then won as much as they did, we have seen, you know, a few more lankier sprinters. And Tabogo from Botswana, who is not here, is one of such, you know, slightly built, but has the pace.
Yeah.
And we'll see how these teams combine and who comes out tops in the first heat of the men's 4x100 meters relay.
And there they go. It's Botswana that have gone in strongly, but so have the Cameroonians. That's the Cameroonian running in the middle lane there, in the shiny yellow and red jersey. But look at Namibia as well on the outside lane. The changeover is smooth, but Botswana running really good on the inside, on the bend. Botswana slightly in the lead at the moment, and the handover is really poor from Botswana, but here they go in second position against Gambia. Ibrahima Kamara is not going to be close. Kamara, wonderful finish from the Gambian to take first position, followed by Botswana. It's a great win yet again for the Gambia.
But in this
got home by Ibrahima Kamara, finalist for the men's 100 meters.
In this race, it came down to the smoothness of the changeover, and that's why Cameroon probably couldn't finish in the top 2. They had a poor changeover. The Gambians had the smoothest of changeover, and when Ibrahima Kamara got the baton, there was no doubt who was going to win this race. And
Eseme, look at this, is the individual 100-meter champion, Eseme, but once he grabbed that baton in third position, Ibrahima Kamara was too far gone. He wasn't going to catch him. And now Cameroon, who have the individual 100-meter champion, might not make the final unless they run a really fast time. Only the top 2 automatically qualify, and then the 2 fastest losers. But what a great win from the Gambia. Ibrahima Kamara anchoring them home with great top-end speed in that anchor leg. Fantastic victory for the smiling coast of Africa.
Ibrahima Kamara will be hoping to at least medal in this 4x100. He missed out narrowly on a medal in the men's 100 meters race, but excellent finishing up there to put the Gambians in the final. We'll wait for official confirmation of the results, and there you have it. Gambia finishing with a time of 39.33 seconds. First automatic qualifier, Botswana with 39.52 automatic qualifiers. Cameroon with their 39.96. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
40.57 seconds, the national record run by Congo. And this is Heat 2, which will have Ethiopia, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Zimbabwe, and Togo in the lineup.
Again, a lesson as the noise decibels at the University of Ghana Stadium in Accra, Ghana goes up because of the local interest. As the defending champion, can they live up to expectations?
Well, Gambia are reveling in this, are they not? Taking pictures here and there. It's not the final, they've not got a medal, but they've won their heat and they're through to tomorrow night's final. That's Ibrahima Kamara, the shortest of the quartet, but the fastest.
Ibrahima Kamara with a very unorthodox way of running. It's almost as if he's tripping and falling, and that's his style of running. Whereas some may run with their chest out, he runs with his head far ahead of the rest of his body. But make no mistake, it's not by accident, it's by default, and he knows exactly what he's doing. As we saw in that heat, he accelerated completely away from the Botswana athlete and the Cameroonian athletes as we prepare for heat number 2
of the men's crowd 4x100 meter relay. It gets chaotic. Kenya, otherwise known to be long distance runners, are beginning to run in the short distance events, and they actually currently have Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, who is not at these games. 9.77. It's the new African record which he set. He's been to multiple world championships, and the drama that surrounded his participation.
Well, the competitors must be heaving a sigh of relief because Omanyala is not in this race. Because if Omanyala was in this, it would have, given Kenya a very big advantage. We know how fast he is.
But Uganda are in there, so are Kenya, as well as the well.
The fans are in full voice.
It is an absolute party happening in the stands here. This is what you love to see. Track and field. I'm sure all track and field fans around the world would have been watching this and would have been pleased with what they're seeing. Nigeria, this would be the members of heat 3, I believe.
Well, it doesn't seem as if Ghana is in this heat.
So I think we got the lineup wrong. This is heat 2. Heat 2 doesn't have the host nation. So the lineup that came up on the screen is not the lineup that will be competing. This is actually the lineup for heat 2. And you can see Nigeria, Uganda, Namibia, Congo also in there, and Kenya as well. This is going to be strong.
Definitely the Nigerians will start as favorites.
So you got a bronze, silver medal behind the Ghanaians in the African Games in 2019. So they would be hoping to convert that into a gold medal this time around. But first off, they have to make the final tomorrow night.
Et j'ai l'honneur de vous présenter les pays en lice pour cette course. Nous avons le Kenya, le Congo, le Niger.
It's been an absolute wonderful day of competition in the track and field. Most of the medals swept by Ethiopia on the track. South Africa got a gold medal themselves in the men's decathlon. Ghana got a gold medal in the women's high jump. Algeria got a medal in the they got a gold medal, Algeria, in the women's hammer throw. Nigeria got a gold medal in the women's triple jump. Ethiopia got the gold medal in the men's 10,000 meters, finished first and second. In the women's 800 meters, Ethiopia got the gold medal as well. Diguma pipping Halima Nakai to the win. So it's been lots of medals handed out today. The biggest winners undoubtedly being Ethiopia.
We are not done yet. There's still one more medal to be handed out in the mixed relay 4x400 meters. And anticipation is building. Before that though, there's the small matter of the men's 4x100 final lineup to complete. Already the Gambians have punched their ticket to tomorrow night's final.
Alongside Botswana in those automatic places.
Cameroon is waiting patiently And based on the outcome of the next two heats, they would know if their time is fast enough to get them into the final. The Nigerians certainly look pumped up for their heat. They do. Seem to be handling the pressure of being favorites quite easily. You know, and you can never tell with 4x100 meters relays between the baton change and when where the change takes place and the handover of the baton itself.
Yeah.
So much could go wrong in such a little time.
Ghana would know. They've had a few problems like that in the past, handing the baton outside of the changeover zone, and you have to get the baton across within a certain limit, and the athletes, and their markings for that, so the athletes can see. So usually those that take off way too early, you can see them slowing down just so that the incoming athlete will get in touch with them.
They're up.
But here they go. They're up and running really strongly. Uganda out on the outside lane, but it's Nigeria already closing in that middle lane. It's going to be handed over on the back straight. Nigeria going really strongly, but so are Namibia as well. Uganda running strongly too. The Zambia are slightly in the lead on the outside lane. The changeover is smooth. Oh, Uganda have messed it up. Oh my word, but Nigeria going strongly out in lane 4. Nigeria in the lead at the moment. On the home straight is not going to be a competition. Nigeria is running away with it. What a finish. And he raises his arms to his ear. What's my name? It's Nigeria. What's my name? It's Nigeria. They have won this quite easily, and they didn't even have the 100-meter silver medalist in this lineup. Nigeria, quite comfortably, will be looking at one of the favorites to win the gold medal this time around.
38.7 seconds, the time recorded by the Nigerians. They were up against themselves, and you should see that second leg that was run by confidence. And there they go. They feel they own this event. They are not the champions, and they'll be looking to reclaim this title. And they have set a marker. Watch out for that time, though.
They lost out to Ghana in 2019, and the Ghanaians came from behind to beat them. So they do have a chip on their shoulder, the Nigerians. But that was a really good run from Nigeria. Team Nigeria absolutely bodied that. It was a flawlessly executed race. But look at this is a changeover for the home straight. It was smooth, but I think the changeover for the third leg between the two Ugandans was a really big mess, because they were running really well up until that point. It's a big disappointment. We spoke about the curse of the changeover and how it could completely ruin everything, and that's exactly what's happened to Uganda. Look at that, coordinated handshakes. You gotta love that. Team Nigeria.
They are really pumped up for this title.
And that's the Nigeria flag.
The anticipation is already building for tomorrow's final. They've booked their ticket already, thrown down the gauntlet to anybody else who wants to challenge them. And it finishes with the Nigerians winning the race, and they seem quite shocked at their performance as they celebrate ahead of the final. When they got to Ghana, their coach Deji Aliu, who is a former Nigeria sprinter, stated quite clearly that Team Nigeria had their sights firmly fixed on reclaiming that 4x100 meter title. And there they are, showing exactly what stuff they are made of. Completely dominating heat 2 of the 4x100 meters. It's 2 down, 1 to go. Who will join the automatic qualifiers in the final, and who will nail down the final places as the fastest qualifiers?
In Ghana from 1965 and today in the year 2024, Ghana.
Now the final heat of the men's 4x100 meters. In a bit we'll confirm the finishing times and positions from that first heat, and that'll give us a very good idea which countries are likely to be in contention for the fastest non-automatic qualifiers. I can tell you though that Nigeria finished first and Zambia finished in second place. And here are the teams for Heat 3. Ethiopia, Liberia, La Côte d'Ivoire, the host nation Ghana, Zimbabwe.
In the past, Côte d'Ivoire have had a really strong team in the relays, but they're missing Arthur Cisse in this. So here are the results. Nigeria 38.70, Zambia 39.56, Kenya 39.93. That's slightly faster than the time from Cameroon, which was 39.99. So we will see what the third place here looks like. But surely it looks like Kenya might be making tomorrow's final.
And I can see Fambula, the Liberian sprinter based in the United States of America, who is quite a familiar sight in the Diamond League second.
He's a 200-meter specialist. That's he is at the back. Jersey number 377, Fambule. Really good athlete.
So perhaps the Liberians will fancy their chances of joining their lady counterparts in the final of this 4x100 meter race.
They definitely would. And I think it's only right for anyone to presume that he will be running that ankle leg. There he is. He definitely will be running the ankle leg. Fambule. This is Ghana's Solomon Hammond. And this is Edwin Gadai, who's going to run the bend. And Azamati is going for the ankle. No Joe Paul, that's a big surprise.
Yeah, not sure why that's the case, unless they were saving him for the preliminaries.
I think for the Ghanaians, the defending champions, it's going to be Barnabas Age to scare them off. And that is the 100-meter finalist.
And there would be pressure on Benjamin Azamati, who will be running the ankle leg for Ghana. He's a poster boy of the athletics team, and many expected that he would at least pick a medal in the men's 100 meters race, which he didn't. And he'll be looking to make amends. But this looks like a very open contest.
It is.
I mean, you can never rule out the
Ivorians. I think it's definitely going to be between Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Liberia. This. Zimbabwe is also in there. So Azamati is part of Ghana's national record setting team of the relay. They broke the national record. He was part of the quartet that won gold 5 years ago, by the way.
In Rabat, yeah.
In Rabat. At the time, he was only a student at this very university where this stadium is located. Solomon Hammond competes in the United States as well, another student. He's going to be running, I believe, the back straight, which is where Azamati has run in the past. He was always a constant feature in the back straight with Joe Paul. Well, I think Joe Paul is in there. That's him. He's going to run the ankle leg. So the confusion has been cleared now. Certainly, that's how the arrangement will go. Azamati will run his back straight, as he always does.
So that's the lineup. It's a tried and tested lineup. It's quite pleasing to see Ethiopia in these sprints and the diversification of the races that most people know them to be running. This is a big moment. It's Togolese.
I think for the home crowd, yeah, that's the ankle leg. Fambule against Joe Paul Amoa. That will be some race to look forward to. Solomon Hammond there, the Ghanaian, looks like he would be running the bend, and Azamati the back straight, and Edwin Gadai will start for the home team Ghana. We are ready for the third and final heat, and there they go, the third and final heat. Look at that, it's Zimbabwe going really strongly. That's a great start from the Zimbabweans. The Ghanaians are already behind. It's Azamati against his Zimbabwean compatriot. As they go through the bend, it's Solomon Hammond who will take over from Benjamin Azamati. And the Ghanaians are in the lead already. The defending champions are running really well. Joseph Paul Amoa grabbed the baton. It's not a smooth changeover, but he's got it against Fambule, the 200-meter expert, both of them. And Joseph Paul Amoa is flying, looks back. It's almost show business for
1.67 seconds.
That is the fastest so far, and the crowd is absolutely buzzing. This has been a wonderful way to get the crowd pumped, and this is exactly what the crowd has come here for. So far, the men and women's relay team of the home country have given them everything to cheer about.
And you know, Joe Paul opens out his arm almost to say, are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Brilliant running from the Ghanaians. It was by no means the smoothest, especially between the third leg and the ankle leg, but they eventually got it right to stay just ahead of the Liberian team, anchored by Fambule. And they say this is their home territory. The Nigerians laid down the marker. The Ghanaians have lifted the bar.
That is what it is. And tomorrow's final will be something else. You don't want to miss that. If you're watching us, well, surely tomorrow's final, it's going to be mighty exciting. There's men's football to come. You can see on the right side of your screen, the Ghana against Senegal. Joe Polamo was almost toying with Fambule there, but Fambule would have taken notice because he will be in that final as well.
Will be. Well, the big surprise is the Ivorian team that will confirm their position, but it appears they did not finish the race.
They dropped the baton, it looks like.
Yeah, big surprise for the Ivorians. They were in with a shout of getting a position to qualify, and this was a faster race. And we expect the third place team to be able to make it to the final as the fastest non-automatic qualifier. But boy, Liberia has shown in both the women and men's heat.
They won heat one of the women.
And they will be a dangerous side to look out for in the final. But the Ghanaians have done what was expected of them. They are the defending champions, and they look like they are in no mood to relinquish that title to any other team, including the Nigerians.
You know, you have to refer to the Ghanaians and say that in the last 4 years or 5 years, no other African team has run better relays than them. They have shown enormous consistency, and two members of that team, Joseph Polamo and Benjamin Azamati, have been ever present. Joe Paul, he anchored Ghana to that gold medal 5 years ago in Rabat, and here he is still. He's going to be competing in the individual 200 meters himself, and he's a Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in the 200 meters. So apart from the relay, there's still expectations on him on the individual events as well.
Exactly. And this is exactly the sort of lift the Ghanaian team needed. I'm sure Azamati will be feeling very relieved that the team has been able to set the standards that they set for themselves.
Yeah, they got disqualified at the Commonwealth Games, which was a very, very
It did, and as you mentioned, they had been there and thereabouts concerning their baton changes. So there was a lot of pressure. Yeah. But at this stage, the pressure is off. And you know what? Excuse the teams for celebrating the way they are now, because it means a lot to these teams to be able to advance, and it's looking as if Zimbabwe may have secured one of those qualification slots for the final. And here's the official qualification.
Ghana fastest in qualifying. Nigeria, Liberia, Gambia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Kenya made it through as the two fastest losers. Cameroon, like I indicated, did not qualify.
100 meters gold medalist would not have the chance to anchor his team home in the 4x100 meters.
And despite a national record from DR Congo, 40.57, they do not make the final. Cote d'Ivoire, Togo did not finish, and Uganda got disqualified.
Such a shame, and that was because the third leg runner for Uganda overran and ran into the illegal area, and so they were disqualified. But what a night we have had of racing, friends.
We'll be switching to the football game shortly, but there's one more event in the evening remaining in the track, and that is a mixed 4x400 meter relay. But
thank you very much for joining us on track. We'll now switch over to the football, where it's Ghana against Senegal in the semi-finals.
Oh, they sing with that passion, they sing with a sort of motivation that really gives them the belief that this is going to lead to a victory. Now the anthem of Ghana. Pace player, and Senegal will have Papa Mamadou Diop name taking, the first player to be booked here, the NGP Niari Tali player. Leg tackle from him there. His first yellow card in this competition there. Sulemana giving Ghana very good opportunity here. Oh, they say Congo taking advantage of a set piece in a very similar position and scoring a great goal. Aziz behind the ball here. Suleiman really not happy at all. Talking about there was a bit of a pull there, and so the players trying to have some difficult moment discussing or perhaps making their points out to the Tanzanian official. So this is where the issue was initially ignited or came out. Yusufa Sayang. Sayang is yet to score a goal in this competition. Sayang. The contribution really is looking to see what he brings on the table there for the side. Samoa gets a yellow card, the Ghanaian captain. What was 22 games for Brecum Chelsea. A second yellow card in this competition after playing 133 minutes for Ghana in his fourth game for the Satellites. He sat out on the bench there and came on the second half in the first game against Congo. Adrien before Samoa. We'll talk about him, the player, this defensive midfielder. He's won 5 MVPs. We'll talk about him and his go to his credit. We're trying to play as interesting this display there by the coach in terms of the position he wants to play him. Starting him on the right-hand side. Seringue Fallou Diop. So that's a long one into the Ghanaian half. And then picked up there by the goalkeeper. Said Yakubu of Siano Football Club. Sulemana. Okay, too many touches on the ball there by Sulemana. Very young coach there for Ghana. Very first official game is fourth one. The first official game came against Congo where he drew goalless and was able to pick 2 wins in that. Playing his fourth official game for Ghana. Just not fair. When he took out of his side, really played some friendly matches with draws and vipers. Ghana again struggling to get out of their defensive shells, and now they have opportunity to recycle the ball back into position half. Long ball forward here. The free is always the target man up front. He's been sandwiched by the Senegalese and he loses possession. Well, he got a goal there, pretty much excited, and seeing the work there by Seringue Fallou Diop, centre back for the young Lions of Teranga. Ghana here, repelling the ball back to the Senegalese. Now has been picked up, but not the best of control there by Papa, by Guy. Who plays for AF Darou Salam in Senegal. His second game for Senegal in this competition. He's got not enough minutes on his boots there, 69 of them. A cooling break opportunity by both teams, and so half an hour gone here at the Accra Sports Stadium, the second semi-final match between Ghana and Senegal. It is Ghana 0, Senegal 0. Not much to be taken by both sides in terms of their display. Oh, still having issues there, the Ghanaian player. The coach trying to have some words there with the players. Well, there'll be a lot of talking points in this game to see exactly what happens. Well, there are those who will be talking about the Ghana team and how they're able to come back into the game. Well, so we're looking forward to an exciting display by both teams here. It is a semi-final match between Ghana and Senegal, and so far there hasn't been a story the fans want to hear. They just want to see the Ghanaian side qualifying and playing in the finals there, because they've seen the Ugandan side is playing incredible football and qualifying to the finals. This is the African Games. Abdulaziz for Ghana, Sese to Slimana, switching play down to the left-hand side, and it's going to be Ghana's opportunity to move into the box. Oh, the referee looking at that space, which was wasted by Emmanuel Mensah. Another nimble for the player. McCarthy. Not sure the works not yielding to anything spectacular. Almost down to a first 45 minutes already, and still goalless to both teams. We're doing 5 minutes of our additional time here at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's still Ghana 0, Senegal 0, and this is the second semi-final match of the men's football edition of the 13th African Games. Desmond is looking to make history as well. His first charge of the Ghanaian side, and this is where he seemed to be taking a team to. But so far, they'll go to the side, and still goalless between Ghana and Senegal. But the fans are here, trying to get a team going into this game. Yakubu, especially been on holidays in this game, hasn't he? This is Mensah. And he gets it out. We are just getting to the end of the first half. Ghanaians with 3 corner kicks to advantage. Ball whipped into the far post, and again it's been cleared. Abdulaziz Ndiaye, Ghana again with advantage. Here comes Aziz Issa. Oh, lovely play here from the Dream FC player, and this time he cannot convince the referee that should be a foul. But the Senegalese will have yes. Well, Ndiaye was pushed to ground there by Ghanaian. And again, it was the sit round there by Abdulaziz Issa. Not convincing enough to have a free kick. And the long ball into the Ghanaian half, goalkeeper Yakubu comes. Initially drops it, but he's able to pick it up again for Ghana, and the Ghanaians will charge forward. Mensah on the left hand side, trying to cut into the middle. Mensah again, and there's a free kick, and there's a foul. The referee stopping play because the free bumped on the captain for the Senegalese side, Serenge Fallou Diop. Every time there's a foul here, the coach is not really happy about the calls there. Serenge Saliu Makedia. So there's excitement in the stadium, isn't it? And then there's dancing continues by the Ghanaians as they continue to watch and see if Ghana qualifying to the finals of this competition. And sometimes you expect to see more there from this man, Desmond Affair, because he wants the team to come out of guns blazing. We're just finishing to the end of the first 45 minutes, and Ghana and Senegal, we just have 3 minutes of added time to find out if they have their chance of a goal coming in here. It's been tactically experimented by both coaches, not too sure. They know that they have an open play and to get a goal. Ghana with the 3 back. I would say the 4-4-2 formation is changed from the 3 back, but Senegal go with the 3 back here. And Ghana will have space on the right hand side. Adrian sends ball in again. It is Suleimana picking up the pieces here. Ghana with opportunity to see if they can have opportunity again. It's Suleiman dinking this one in, and he is able to get a corner kick. Well, the man who plays his club football for Lyon in France, displaying some magical footworks there in this game. Not too sure if that is enough to have Ghana get a goal. Suleiman again. Well, again, it's going to the Ghanaian half, and it's been recycled, but the Senegalese would like to break here, but it's a foul. Referee sees that to be a legal tackle. Ghana again, sets it to the far right. But again, it's poor. Here comes the Ghanaians again. A free wins it back for Ghana. Edwin. Aziz. The reverse pass back to Aziz wasn't successful. And Senegal can break from this point. Idrissa Gueye sweeps it across the face of goal. Again, nobody there to pick it up. He's out of play for a throw-in advantage, Ghana. Again, Idrissa Gueye with an opportunity. Idrissa Gueye plays for Generation Football Club. He's got 2 goals so far for his country. He's making his 3rd appearance for Senegal. Well, the foul here for Ghana. Sayan committing that foul there, so we're into the last seconds of the first 45 minutes of the game there, and so the match has been described as a clash with promises to be that captivating. So far it hasn't been that captivating because no goal to either side. There hasn't been too many of the chances for both teams, but Senegal, who are known for their possessive football, Ghana coming in with their all-attacking football, hasn't yielded to the admiration of the fans who are here, even though they are in their numbers supporting either side to see if there'll be a victory at the end of the tunnel. At half-time here at the Accra Sports Stadium, it is Ghana 0, Senegal 0.
Black, it's not dark, it's bright.
Well, tactically, both sides haven't changed much. Going to score a second in this competition. He normally tracks back to defensive line to pick up passes there. Abdulaziz Issa. Suleiman here. Charging forward, Suleimana. This is Ghana. Suleimana in the box. And his final contribution, letting him down. Got almost everything right, but I tell you what, solid defensive play there by Abdulaziz Ndiaye, denying Suleimana the first goal in this tournament. What a run there from this France-based player, Abdul Hakim Suleimana. He did almost everything right. It was the final delivery that let him down. Again, I have to give credit there to the Senegalese centre-back, Abdul Aziz Ndiaye. Have to raise back to block him from causing any havoc. Got a lot of space. And let's look at the positioning of Abdulaziz Issa. Offensively, he's supposed to be up there. This is a free A. Just looking to the final touch on the ball there, and goes out there to make a push there on Papa Mamadou Diop. And the Senegalese have been very resolute at the back there between Seringue Fallou Diop and Papa Mamadou Diop as well. The two centre backs have been very, very solid. Ball given away to Ghana. Now the Ghanaians making a move with 3 here, looking to turn away. Possession picked up by Senyang in the wide. Find space to Kamara. Couldn't quite control it the way he wanted it. Papa Guy. Now, between the 1991 and 2015 age limit for men teams was under 23, same as the age limit in football competitions are the Summer Olympics. But since 2019, age limit for men teams was under 20 at the African Games. Crossfield pass here. Yakubu. Throws a long one forward, only as far as the Senegalese centre-back was able to find Kamara. And now it is the guy for Senegal. played in the inbox. The guy couldn't quite get to it. Amuzu. That's a reverse pass, Amuzu. Here. Suleiman is the tie up, really quite pick it up. He knows that that's the direction he wants to set the balls there. Goes directly to the same place. He's trying to have a word with him there, one guy. Last action there for Papa Guy. Darussalam, Senegal. It's Menahat. His first, his last chance in the game. Out of the pushing. So change now for Senegal, and so it is Mamadou Sarr who plays for every football club. Dennis. Senegal. Wins back in possession. Aziz. Ghana in trouble here. Senegal looking to attack. And too wide here. The Ghanaians for now Suleimana calming things down in midfield. The French main player picks up Aziz. Here comes Ghana again. Aziz. Now comes Amuzu. Mensah well. Turns well, Mensah. Misbah Aziz. Frustration there on the field of most Ghanaian fans watching this game, and it's a substitution for Ghana. Reaction over November. Senegal, and they try to attack the Ghanaians. Sadio, that's a throw in. Man who got the goal there for six. Kamara. Going back to score goals there. Did score against Nigeria. They want to score against Ghana. for Senegal. Taking shot to the near post. Played out by Ghana. Remember. Watting. Enters Senegal. Southwest there. Full official. Still goalless in this semi-final clash. It's Ghana nil, Senegal nil. Lots of movement in the box, the near post. Ghana finally clears away. Only back to the Senegalese. Ghana can afford to break here. No handball, says the referee. And now the Ghanaians will still want to go. Ball coming in high here from Senegal. Goes to the left side. What it can do. Defensive play by Ghana. So therefore then from Idrissa Gueye. And so far both teams had plenty of openings. It's been particularly very competitive midfield. They're trying to find the best solution whenever possible to bring the back up. There with Edwin. For someone. Jumako. Racing with the ball. Just not get anywhere. Here comes the two teams still fighting to get the opening goal here. Pushing the last 20 minutes of this game. Ghana with advantage possession. Again, just having some difficulties with the end of their defensive lines. Free kick here for Senegal. They still will want to find a way to break the back of the Ghanaians. This is one of the dangerous places to concede a free kick. Senegal just want to make sure that they have something going there against Ghana. Yakubu hasn't really been tested so much, hasn't he? Here comes Sadio. Ghana. Well, Son's been saved there by Yakubu. Senegal were just not in a hurry to connect the rebound. But they still have possession. Ghana giving it away to the Senegalese. They find a way to get it back. Corey McCarthy. Amuzu. Switching play. A free year. And here comes Ndiaye for Senegal. Lovely piece of work. The substitutes in control. Sarr. Trying to call the attention of the referee there. This is Ghana. Defensively, trying to keep it calm at the back. Waji, back to Yakubu. 17 minutes, still counting. This is Ghana here. Another free kick there, saved by Yakubu. Waji was able to save that staging situation for Ghana. It's Amuzu. Brian Sulemana. Sulemana charging forward. Again is Aziz. It's a free hit. Well, this is Ghana's Adrian Kufuor. Looking to kill it off the goalkeeper, and so Azafope has been given a chance just in the first game against Congo. So he's been given a chance here. Sulemana is also being pulled out for Nkrumah. So what's a break for Ghana? So Kevin and Nkrumah is in. But the fans really not happy with the substitution of Sulemana. You're expecting to see more of him. So what a chance there was for Ghana to make it 1-0. Cummins have got a real good chance there to put Ghana ahead. Well, introduction of a Ghanaian player, Michael F. Singh, in the game. He's really not had the best, so not played so much. Singh plays his left football for Samatex. Substitution there. Sadio has been pulled out. Mami Alassane Niang. Also having a fun out there in the office. There's Thiam was also being given a chance to come in. Sheikh Thiam. Thiam comes in for Sadio. Sheikh Thiam plays his left football for Oslo FA in Senegal. His third game for Senegal in this competition. To break from this angle. Just Ghana making a change there for introduction of a player. Left in the nice shirt for every spotting. Fingemans, McCarthy. Confirmation of substitution there for Senegal. This is Ghana. Abuaji. Senegal allowed to break here. Dumako. Well, the referee just stand in the way of a pass, but the Ghanaians picking it up quickly. The captain, the Ghanaian captain, Green, before somewhat switching to centre back. This is a versatile player, can play any position. This is Ghana. So she played on the right hand side. And Efson, Samatex player, giving the ball away. Commits a foul. Michael Efson joins Samatex from Division 1 side in Zaman Kotoko. He scored on his debut when the team beat Adriana Stars in the first leg game at of the 23-24 season. He got the only goal of the fixture. The Timber Boys claim a 1-0 victory over Adriana at the Century Stadium in Samaboy to get their campaign underway. He's making steady here for the satellite in this game. Yakubu comes out to start with the situation for Ghana. To the last 9 minutes of the game here. Still Ghana nil, Senegal nil. Amadou Diop. Thoughts an extension of the elbow there. And the free is being penalized for that foul. And again, that's the call there by the referee, and that's absolutely a great call by the Tanzanian official. Well, introduction of, remember, Duma co-host at 16 appearances, and 2 assists in Ghana Premier League for Dreams FC. Well, the expectation is that he'll be able to solidify the defensive line of the Ghanaian team. Former Insimal Kotoko player, now playing for the league leaders, Samatex. And Michael Efsin in the semi-finals, becoming a hero here. Well, never got a chance to start for the Black Satellites, and when he did it in grand style. When given a chance, you take it with both hands. And Michael Efsin is now turning out to be the big hero there for the Black Satellites. This is his moment. And all the Samatex players, and of course the fans in Samaraboy will be celebrating this great feat for this young man if the game ends with a Ghanaian win and send the Ghana to the finals, awaiting Uganda. Now it's going to be the chance for the Senegalese. Lamine Mbege comes in for Pierre Dorival, who's been marshalling things in midfield. Well, a ball there, celebrates it with the fans, isn't it? Lamine Mbege plays for Gandamari FC. Ghana again is a free hit. Scored against Benin, providing assist here for Ghana. A free hit. Jerry, a free hit. Plays his club football for Thought FC. Very hard-working player, isn't he? Well, it's a match where you have the likes of the ancestors in Samatex celebrating in grand style, isn't he? Because he knows that his team has been producing quality players, now feeding the national team. And the likes of Michael Efsin. So Samaraboy is buzzing tonight. There's going to be a great fit there for the Ghanaian coach, Desmond Affair. His first official duty as a head coach, and he's guiding Ghana to the African Games final. We speak about Ghana's feet there. Well, the flag's up and offside, yeah, absolutely. Great call there by the officials. That's it. Jerry Afriye, who's looking for his second goal. Just again, it has been spoken to there by the referee. Ghana scored 5 goals and conceding 1 so far in 4 games so in this competition. 3 goalless against Congo. Beat Gambia by 3 goals to 1. 1 against Benin by a goal to 0, and now they lead by a goal to 0 against Senegal. Ghanaians got the player down and need medical attention. Hamstring injury there, and so the man who was really be on holiday there, side Yakubu, plays his club football for San Siano FC there. So no talking to be done there by the Ghanaian players. There's partying in the stands, and Prince Harley just could have saved the situation, couldn't he? Just allowed the ball to slip through his fingers, allowing Michael FC to take advantage. Aziz here for Senegal, the long throw. Chelsea truck there for Senegal. Aziz wants infringement to the Ghanaians. This will be well celebrated in Ghana. The last time the Ghanaians picked the trophy in Maputo was back in 2011. Between 5 minutes by the time, between 13 years since Ghana got to the finals of the African Games. This is something to be celebrated. Ghanaians will try to clear their lines back into the half of Senegal, the most successful team. One was everything from under 17 and under 20 to the Chan team, to the senior team, Senegal. In beach soccer, they have also ruled Africa as well. But in the African Games, it is the Black Satellites who simply want to dominate with Uganda. One of the successful teams in the African Games so far is Uganda. 9 points from 3 games. And a 4-2 win against Congo in the semi-final game. Ghana qualifying, having 7 points from 3 games. And now they lead by a goal to 0. And a very physical tackle there by the Ghanaians, and now allowing Senegal to have a free kick. Now it's Ofori McCarthy, who seems to be having lots of disagreement there with the Senegalese player, Papi Mamadou Diop. It's a yellow card to a Senegalese player. That's the foul there, very unnecessary from Nkrumah, the Mediama player. Ball swung into the Ghanaian half. Not well defended. Back to Senegal. Well, looking for the decision to get the free kick. Very close to the Ghanaian half. That's really coming out to be something else there. Hearts in the mouth. Ghanaians just want the referee to end this game. It's Yam here. Behind the ball. Side looking to salvage the situation. The Ghanaians just simply waiting for the ball to go off the line. 3 minutes of the 5 minutes already done, with 2 more minutes to go. Here comes Senegal, ball sent to the far post. Brought back. Ghana not able to deal with it. And Kufuor came out there to save the situation for Ghana. Wow. Scary moment there for the Ghanaians and the fans who are here watching this game. The captain to the rescue. Nkrumah here. Good play there from Nkrumah. Turns again. Nkrumah gets a corner kick for Ghana. Last seconds. Well, there are lots and lots of guests here enjoying the Ghanaians at their Crossport Stadium. This is Ghana into the finals of the African Games. Ghana into the gold medal zone with Uganda. Well, they want to keep it short. Neat and simple. Another corner kick. The 5 minutes of added time is up. And so, Kwesi won gold for Ghana back in Maputo. And Ghana again. But the referee says he will not have that as a penalty. Ball swung into the box. The Ghanaians keeping possession. A decision against Ghana. Zamuzu was brought down in the box there. Just awaiting the whistle from the Tanzanian referee, who hasn't yet whistled. Ghana in a very difficult position, trying to clear the ball away into no man's land in particular. Well, so 13 years ago, Kwesi won the gold medal for Ghana in Maputo. Now it is Desmond Affair, his very first opportunity as the head coach of the Black Satellite. He has guided the team to the finals of the African Games football competition, the men's edition. The Black Princesses are in the finals with Nigeria, and now the men are in the finals with Uganda. Hard-fought win there for the Ghanaians. They came up against a very strong team. Neo Datalamte, Desmond Affair, coming out with something spectacular. The former Ismail Kotoko player, now with Samatex, Michael Epson, getting the only goal there for Ghana. It finished Ghana 1, Senegal 0.
well deserved. We had to fight for it. Difficult opponents. We are happy. We are through to the final.
How much fight did you have to put in?
Immense. It shows the quality of the boys, the hunger, the desire, the hard work, and for me, they deserve it. They were the best side today.
And you look at how the game went. You're getting to the final with the crowd here today. What was going through your mind?
We knew that we had to dig deep, and we did. And I'm really happy for the boys and happy for the fans. So, yeah.
Amazing game. But we are also expecting another intense final on Friday against Uganda. Have you started thinking about it?
Not yet. We are going to enjoy. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Coach, it wasn't meant to be a very difficult game, but it was difficult. I'm sure it was difficult for you and the boys as well.
Well, very difficult. We were expecting for this kind of game. We know we watch Ghana. Ghana is a good team. It's a good skill, good position. What we come here to have to make them mix, to push them to make mistake and to make fast attack. But sometimes we take money ball, but for the passes, it was not clear. It was a tough game. One day we lose the game because the defender, what I'm selling, every time we are working for everything, we are just to follow this guy go out. You have not to go down, there's a goal come. But this is a younger team, it's a younger players. They are learning of this kind of games, they learn to grow, to go from forward.
But I'm sure there are a lot of positives to pick tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to exploit, to put front, to improve. But I think we have to be strong because the game is not finished. You can go to take the last minute. Important for the player to be strong. Is what we said. If you win, okay, it's very good. If you don't win, you have to learn from your mistake and to make sure for the next game.
And I'm sure the next game you go again and fight for the bronze.
Oh, we'll fight for the bronze. We cannot do other things. We deserve to go final. Maybe if Reverie Blues is free, this penalty for us, maybe the game was other thing. But sometimes it's like that. Ghana is at home. Everything is with them. Congratulations for Ghana, and I encourage my player to play the last game.
All the best.
Thank you.
know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other? As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook, I can paint. You like no other. Indomie, you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Drive everywhere. Let's go.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
I go to France for study and judo,